God, look at you.
Yeah, I'm here in the fascist parade ground of Malaria Trump's new Rose Garden.
You're doing your best Ray Charles impression from the White
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Or what's the other guy? Anyway. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're in the fascist chart.
I'm being really naughty.
Yeah, we're being really naughty. Actually, we're looking at it.
I just was trying to not have the screen reflected in my glasses, you know?
That's right. It just does. But it's kind of groovy, too.
Yeah.
Welcome to show 259, ladies and gentlemen. And
hi, guys.
What's been going on? Anything?
Every day.
Jeez,
every day.
Man. Oh, Christ.
Total distraction.
Well, it's not distraction. It's
distraction.
It's astounding what has been happening in the last couple of days in politics and in America. I mean, just like the West Coast is on fire, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, well, that happens all the time. But it's also snowing just a few miles to the east.
I know, and it's just like, it's climate change, man.
No, that's a hoax. I'm sorry.
It's not. Why do you say these things?
Just like COVID. I'm being devil's advocate. It'll be gone. It'll be gone by April.
It'll be gone by April. Climate change will be gone by April. I promise. Speaking of which, folks,
I don't want to create panic.
I don't want to create panic. No. Yes, folks, in the last week, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very, very interesting time in America. 800,000 Americans applied for unemployment, and that's only good when it comes down from, 1 million. And the Trump campaign spent most of this week proving that the Trump administration is composed of veteran-hating, America-hating psychopaths, which, of course, you did know. Just as the assassin-in-chief was making an issue defending a 17-year-old hick who was driven by his mother with an AR-15 to shoot and kill 2 people, we found out. Don't get me started on this bitch. Fuck that. And we also found out that the president doesn't just get off on, coffee and cake with murdering mass murderers. He actually is a mass murderer. And I really believe that. There is absolutely nothing funny about what we learned today from Woodward's book.
Yeah.
Evidently, Trump didn't just shoot at some people in Central Park or Park Avenue. He brought thousands of others and just killed them.
Yeah, 200,000. It's coming up now.
Yeah, I know. 900,000?
200,000 dead.
200,000 dead. Yep. You're doing a
funny job. Happy 9/11 or 11/9 as it is down here.
Oh, it's amazing. Listen, I just want to kind of touch base with what was actually revealed in Woodward's book. So this is a clip from the Rachel Maddow show. Let's have a listen to this, Randy.
What he was saying in an interview with Woodward all the way back on February 7th.
It goes through air, Bob. That's always tougher than the touch. The touch, you don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air. That's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. People don't realize we lose 25,000, 30,000 people a year here. Who would ever think that, right?
I know. It's
pretty amazing. And then I say, well, is that the same thing? This is more deadly. This is 5 per. This is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. So this is deadly stuff.
This is deadly stuff. President Trump, a recorded interview with Bob Woodward on February 7th, very early, explicitly acknowledging that the coronavirus is way more deadly than the flu. Quote, this is deadly stuff.
That was in February, man.
Yeah.
That was in February.
Yeah, and there were very, very few recorded deaths.
No, there are very few recordings, and it goes on. I'm going to play a little bit that she refers to, but this guy was calling for people to go to stuffed conventions. He was actually telling people, no, let's stuff them all together. Down in Tulsa, because he wanted the place to look crowded, even though he knew that this is deadly stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't care.
He never did.
If he could kill you, he would.
In February, right? We have only 15 coronavirus cases. This is so much less serious than the flu, right? Then the very next day, it was this.
It's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
Lying sack.
A couple weeks
of
later,
shit.
he's back on the phone with Bob Woodward, not only talking more about how COVID is super serious, but admitting to Woodward's explicitly that he likes to play down its seriousness in public.
Now it's turning out it's not just old people, Bob, which is today and yesterday. Some startling facts came out. It's not just older
exactly.
young people, to plenty of young people. I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes,
because I don't want to create a panic.
Yeah, that's right. He still wants to play it down, folks. And by the way, what he also wants to do is he wants your kids to go back to school.
Yeah.
Fuck
there's
them.
100,000. Yeah.
What does this guy have to do? You know, and I will bet you that there's still going to be like 42% of the vote that's going to be out there going, I don't know. I still think he's got a thing to say. You know what? You know,
he doesn't like the same people we don't like.
But why isn't it registering? Why is this constant strain that just tells you over and over this guy? Well, I mean, this guy is guilty of negligent homicide. Straight up.
200,000 people.
200,000 people are dead. And we had this guy sitting there talking about, you know, oxychloroquine and shit. And we find out that he knew all along how severe it was going to be. He didn't want, and what was the motivation for this? He didn't want the stock market to go down.
He didn't want to panic.
No, I didn't give a shit about panic. Do you think that Donald Trump gives a shit about panic or violence or anything like that? I mean,
well, there's 200,000 very cool and calm people now.
Yeah, everybody's really calm now. Thank God you're here, Donny. The thing is that he didn't want the stock market to go down. And that trumped, so to speak, whether or not people were actually going to matter. And they just didn't. So, fantastic little thing for Donny. Thank you, Donny. How wonderful.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking the other day that, you know, Hitler has got to be down in hell going, you know, guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, really, seriously, if there was an Oscar nomination for, you know, murderer, you know, mass murder, I think he'd be in with a chance. I think he would, you know.
Yeah, I think so too.
And the nominees are Pol Pot, Charles Manson, Mao Zedong, and Donald Trump.
And John Wayne Gacy. Yeah. Oh.
Put on your dark glasses. You can be Jack Nicholson in the front row at the mass murderer's Oscar.
No, I wanted to.
Hey, Jack, how you going?
I'm just.
I'd like to thank God and everybody that made me a vicious criminal psychopath. Thank you very much.